Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life. But first you need to know this. My child, listen closely to me because your soulmate is about to walk back into your life very soon. I have seen the tears you cried in the dark when you thought no one was watching your deep pain. Before they return, you need to know that they have been praying for you in their own silent nights. You have felt a sudden warmth in your chest lately, and that is my spirit preparing you for this moment. I am removing the deep confusion from their mind so they can finally see the beautiful future they left behind. They are coming back, but first you must understand that I have been working quietly on their stubborn heart. Stay with me until the end of this message, because I am going to reveal the exact sign I am placing in your path tomorrow. This specific sign will be your final proof that your soulmate is truly walking back into your life. You need to hear this final secret so your heart is completely ready to welcome them without any lingering doubt. I have watched you hold tightly onto the hurts of your past, letting fear build a heavy wall around your soul. You must let go of these old wounds so your hands are completely empty and ready to receive this profound blessing. Your soulmate is returning, but they need to find a forgiving heart that is open and willing to start over. Sometimes you wake up in the quiet hours of the night with a sudden thought of their face. This happens because I am waking them up at the exact same moment with memories of your gentle smile. You need to know that your souls are talking even when your physical voices are silent from the long distance. Jesus says, "Do not turn away before the end of this message, because the enemy wants you to doubt this loving reunion." I am going to tell you exactly how to recognize their changing heart when they finally reach out to you. Keep listening, because your soulmate is returning and you need this final piece of wisdom to stay spiritually strong. You might have noticed an out-of-place memory suddenly crossing your mind during a busy afternoon this past week. That is my gentle voice telling you that they were talking about you to someone else at that very second. Before they walk back into your life, you must believe that you are constantly on their mind every single day. The silence between you two has felt heavy, but I have used this quiet time to teach them a vital lesson. They had to feel the coldness of the world to appreciate the true warmth of your completely faithful love. Your soulmate is ready to return, but you need to trust my perfect timing instead of your own hurried rush. If this message brings peace to your spirit, you may choose to plant a seed of faith through the sacred link can be found in the channel bio. This is a simple symbol of your trust in my timing. But know this, my love and this blessing are already yours, freely given. Now, return your focus to your heart. Stay with me to the very end, because I am holding a final blessing of peace that you desperately need right now. When they return, you will need this specific blessing to keep your past anxiety from ruining a truly beautiful moment. Listen closely to every single word, because your soulmate's return depends on the quiet strength you build with me today. I have seen them looking at old photos of you, letting deep regret wash over their lonely, tired spirit. They are about to walk back into your life, but first they had to realize their absolute biggest mistake. You need to know that I allowed their heart to break just a little so they would finally appreciate you. You feel a sudden urge to check your phone or look out the window when nothing is really there. That is your spirit sensing their footsteps turning back toward the clear path that leads straight to your front door. Before they arrive, you need to know that I am guiding their every step with my loving, protective hand. The Lord says, "Do not close this message early, because I have a specific secret about their new intentions to share with you. I will reveal exactly what is in their heart so you will not be afraid when they finally speak. Keep listening carefully, because understanding this final truth will make their return the most beautiful day of your whole life. Let go of the anger that tries to tell you they do not deserve a second chance at your love. I am a God of second chances, and your soulmate is walking back into your life as a completely transformed person. You must be prepared to love the new version of them that I have carefully created during their long absence. There were long nights they sat in their quiet room just staring at the wall, wanting to call but feeling afraid. I allowed them to feel that fear so they would understand the absolute gravity of the pain they caused you. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, but first they had to learn true humility and grace. Stay with me until the end, because I am going to reveal the exact words they will say to you very soon. Knowing this in advance will give you the incredible peace you need to welcome them home without any sudden fear. Keep your spirit completely open, because your soulmate is returning and this final revelation will calm your entire weary body. Sometimes you smell a familiar scent on the wind that instantly brings their face rushing back to your mind. I send these small comforts to remind you that your soulmate is about to walk back into your everyday life. You need to know that they are smelling your perfume in their dreams and crying because they wish you were there. Jesus says, "You must stop listening to the loud doubts of other people who simply do not understand the sacred bond you share." Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and the outside world does not need to understand it. You only need to know that I have blessed this specific connection and I am actively protecting your shared future. Stay with me to the very end of this message, because I am preparing to hand you the vital key to your future. I will give you a specific word of divine comfort that will anchor your soul when the storms of doubt rise. You must hear this final promise, because your soulmate is coming and your spiritual foundation must be incredibly, unshakably strong. I have watched you try to painfully move on, forcing yourself to forget the deep love that I planted inside you. You could not forget them because I placed their name on your heart long before you even met them. Before they return, you need to know that this specific love story was beautifully written by my own loving hand. Every time you cried out asking if you were entirely forgotten, I was standing right beside you holding your falling tears. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and they will wipe away the sadness you carried so long. You need to know that your long patience is about to be completely rewarded with a joy you cannot fully imagine. Stay with me, because the final seal I will carefully place on your heart is more powerful than you can comprehend. This seal will stop the enemy from stealing the pure joy of your reunion when they finally come back to you. Keep listening closely, because your soulmate is returning and you desperately need my total protection over this incredibly delicate bond. The Lord says, you will start to see their name in random places, on signs or papers that you absolutely did not expect. That is my gentle tap on your shoulder, reminding you that they are getting closer with every passing, quiet day. Before they step back into your life, you need to know that I am perfectly orchestrating all these small details. They have frantically tried to find your light in other people, but everyone else has only left them feeling completely empty. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life because they finally realized you are entirely and beautifully irreplaceable. You need to know that their painful wandering has only proven to them that you are their one true love. Stay with me until the final minute, because the blessing I am holding for you will change your daily life forever. I will place a profound sign in the sky for you tomorrow that will perfectly confirm everything I am saying today. You must hear the end of this message, because your soulmate is returning and you need this absolute, undeniable certainty. I am asking you to gently forgive them in your heart right now, even before they utter a single painful apology. If you hold on to bitterness, it will poison the beautiful, clear water of the incredible blessing I am bringing to you. Before they return, you need to know that pure grace is the absolute only way this restored relationship will survive. The path they took away from you was filled with empty promises and hollow people who only brought them deep sorrow. They are returning to you because they finally understand that you are their absolute only true home in this harsh world. Before they knock on your door, you need to know that they are coming back to you with perfectly pure intentions. Jesus says, "Stay with me to the very end, because I am going to give you the specific courage you need for tomorrow." When they finally stand before you, you will need the special strength I am about to offer you right now. Keep listening, because your soulmate is returning and this final gift of courage is meant exclusively for your tired heart. I have seen you desperately doubt your own worth, wondering if you were simply not enough for them to stay. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life to dramatically prove that you were always more than enough. You need to know that their sudden departure was entirely about their own brokenness, not about any flaw within you. The sudden feeling of intense joy you get for absolutely no reason is their spirit reaching out to yours across town. They are actively imagining what it will feel like to finally hold you in their arms again after so long. Before they return, you need to know that their desperate desire for you has grown tenfold in the painful distance. Stay with me, because I am going to show you how to securely protect your future together so they never leave again. I am handing you a spiritual shield that will perfectly block any outside interference from ruining your beautiful new start. You must hear the end of this message, because your soulmate is returning and this divine wisdom is your ultimate protection. You must finally let go of the painful, rushed timeline you created in your head, because my schedule is always perfect. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and it will happen so much better than you ever imagined. You need to know that the long wait was entirely required to make the reunion completely unshakable for your shared future. The Lord says, "They have been having deeply honest conversations with me, desperately asking for the strength to face you after all their mistakes. I am actively answering their prayers by filling their empty heart with a brave love that will conquer their deep shame. Before they walk back into your life, you need to know that they are genuinely, entirely sorry for their past actions. Stay with me until the end, because I am eagerly preparing to hand you the final seal of my loving promise. This seal will permanently wash away every lingering tear and quickly fill your empty rooms with the sound of happy laughter. Keep listening closely, because your soulmate is returning and you absolutely must carry this final blessing into your bright tomorrow. You are going to dramatically feel a shift in your daily routine, a sudden lightness that strongly tells you something changed. That is the exact moment they finally made the firm, unbreakable decision to turn their life back toward your waiting heart. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and your own spirit is already happily celebrating the upcoming reunion. I am carefully healing the invisible scars on your wounded heart so you can totally trust them when they make new promises. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and they are completely ready to build a real, lasting foundation. You need to know that this time, they are faithfully coming to stay with you for the rest of your earthly days. Stay with me before you leave, because the final piece of this puzzle will bring you the ultimate, lasting peace. I am going to loudly declare a blessing over your home that will safely secure this returning love forever. You must hear the end of this message, because your soulmate is returning and this specific blessing is perfectly meant for you. Jesus says, "You will start noticing lovely pairs of birds outside your window, flying completely together in perfect harmony through the open sky. That is my physical sign directly to you that your painful separation is ending and your beautiful partnership is being fully restored." Before they return, you need to know that all of creation is happily celebrating the healing of your truly sacred bond. I gently want you to release the sad, lonely stories you have been quietly telling yourself about how your future will look. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and wonderfully together you will write a completely new, joyful chapter. You need to know that the pure joy ahead of you is far, far greater than the heavy sorrow you left behind. Do not turn away before the final divine blessing, because the enemy is desperately trying to distract you from your incoming miracle. I am about to fully release the final spiritual chain holding them back, but you must patiently witness this whole message. You need to hear the end, because your soulmate is returning and your persistent faith is the key that finally unlocks it. They have been constantly remembering the lovely sound of your voice, playing it perfectly over and over in their quiet, lonely mind. I use your sweet memory as a bright beacon of light to successfully guide them out of the dark places they wandered. Before they walk back into your life, you need to know that your pure love was their absolute only real lifeline. The Lord says, "You absolutely must stand firm in your faith, knowing perfectly that I never break the promises I make to my beloved children." Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, exactly just as I softly whispered to your soul many months ago. You need to know that every single painful delay was simply a period of strictly necessary growth for both of your spirits. Stay with me to the very end, because I am about to dramatically reveal the final sign I originally promised to you. This sign will be so perfectly undeniable that your heart will instantly, joyfully recognize my hand in your beautiful love story. Keep your spirit entirely open, because your soulmate is returning and this final proof will completely shatter all your remaining, nagging doubts. I have vividly seen them carefully write text messages to you and then quickly delete them because their hands were shaking with nervous fear. They are secretly terrified that you will instantly reject them, but their strong love for you is finally stronger than their fear. Before they walk back into your life, you need to know exactly how fragile and hopeful their beautifully healing heart truly is today. The utterly quiet, lonely moments of your daily day will very soon be fully filled with their laughter and the warmth of their presence. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and the heavy loneliness that ruthlessly haunted you will simply gracefully vanish. You need to know that I am happily restoring the many good years that the painful, long distance aggressively tried to permanently steal from you. Do not tightly close this message, because the final, beautiful seal of peace I am bringing you is almost securely in your hands. I am actively preparing a massive, joyful shift in your reality, and you deeply need this final blessing to wonderfully handle the joy. Listen until the very end, because your soulmate is returning and this absolutely last word will quickly give you ultimate spiritual clarity. Jesus says, "You carefully must keep your healing heart completely soft, strongly resisting the natural temptation to bitterly punish them for the time they were away." True, godly love absolutely does not strictly keep a rigid record of past wrongs, and I am clearly calling you to love them with my grace. Before they return, you need to know that your surprisingly gentle forgiveness will securely, permanently lock their heart to yours forever. I have strongly protected them from unfortunately forming any terribly lasting bonds with absolutely anyone else while they were separated from your caring side. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, joyfully bringing a devoted heart that now completely belongs exclusively to you alone. You need to know that I fiercely kept their wandering spirit strictly reserved for you, even when they foolishly tried to quickly move forward. Stay with me until the very end, because the beautifully final revelation I eagerly have for you will surely make your tired spirit happily sing. I will clearly tell you the exact, perfect moment you will joyfully feel their physical presence before they even manage to say a single word. Keep listening, because your soulmate is returning and this surprisingly final secret is your wonderfully personal reward for constantly waiting so beautifully patiently. They have been quietly looking up at the dark night sky, desperately asking me if you are wonderfully looking at the exact same bright moon. I successfully comfort them by softly whispering your lovely name to the night wind, clearly letting them know that you are wonderfully waiting for them. Before they walk back into your life, you need to know that they have absolutely never, ever stopped genuinely loving your beautiful soul. The Lord says, "You are happily going to peacefully wake up one lovely morning very soon with a profoundly deep sense of perfect completion washing over your chest." That is the highly specific morning they will finally reach out to wonderfully bridge the terrible gap that has unfortunately kept you two totally apart. Your soulmate is about to walk back into your life, and your incredibly long, painful season of waiting is completely, finally practically over. Stay with me, because I am beautifully preparing to gently place the ultimate, final seal of absolute protection completely over your wonderfully shared, new future. This powerful seal is an absolutely unbreakable promise that the terrible pain of your past separation will never, ever happen to you two again. You must hear this beautiful end, because your soulmate is returning and your incredibly faithful spirit entirely needs to receive this incredibly profound, final blessing. The remarkably sudden urge to gently pray for them totally out of nowhere is my incredibly gentle prompting to completely cover them in thick spiritual protection. They bravely face difficult spiritual battles as they try to return, and your wonderfully faithful prayers are perfectly clearing the difficult, rocky path ahead. Before they finally arrive, you need to know that your amazingly strong spiritual connection is actively, strongly pulling them safely and quickly back to you. The time of your painful waiting is finally, completely over, my beautiful child, because they are actively stepping eagerly toward your front door today. All the bitter tears you quietly cried have wonderfully watered the rich soil of this beautifully amazing new season that is happily blooming right now. I am completely releasing the absolute final heavy chain of nervous fear from their heart so they can joyfully run freely into your completely open arms. Jesus says, I originally